Welcome to Easy Solutions. My name is Regina. We have already discussed all the different types of past tense. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Today we are going to have a discussion about past continuous and past perfect continuous tense. So, when you learn all the different types of tenses, there is a chance of getting confused. So, that's why today we are going to have a discussion about past continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense. We are going to see what is the similarity of these two tenses and at the same time what the difference between these two. So, let's see. We see the structure of a past continuous tense. It is subject plus was or were plus ing form of the verb. In the case of past continuous tense, here this was and were will be changed according to the subject. If the subject is singular, we have to use was. If the subject is plural, we have to use were. But in the case of past perfect continuous tense, subject plus had been plus ing form of the verb. Had been, whatever be the subject, we can use had been. There is no need of changing this part according to the subject. So that is the structure. Now, when we think about the uses of these two tenses, past continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense, we can see that both the tenses take place in the past. Both the tenses take place in the past. And both the tenses are continuous actions. They will start in the past. These two tenses, they will start in the past. And it will be continued. Okay, it will be continued for a period of time. So for that actually there is these two tenses are continuous actions. So that is a similarity between these two. We use past continuous tense to describe an action which is interrupted by another action. One action is going on. That is a longer action. There we can use past continuous tense. Past continuous tense emphasizes continuity because it was a continuing, it started here and it was continuing. So it emphasizes continuity of the action. Here for this action we can use past simple tense which is a short action. Actually, past simple interrupt the past continuous. One example is written here. I was cooking in the kitchen when she entered. I was cooking in the kitchen at that time. There is an interruption. She entered. That is the interruption. So, here we can use past continuous tense. When we use this past continuous tense, we can make use of the words when and while. When and while for connecting these two sentences. When and while. When and while. For example, while I was cooking in the kitchen, she entered. Or I was cooking in the kitchen when she entered. So these words we can use here. In the case of past perfect continuous tense, here I have written one example here. I had been cooking in the kitchen for 20 minutes when she entered. So here had been cooking, that is the past perfect continuous tense. Here we are emphasizing the duration of time. I had been cooking in the kitchen for 20 minutes. At that time she entered. So here giving emphasis to the duration of time for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes. So past perfect continuous tense emphasize duration of time. There is a but past continuous tense emphasizes the continuity of the action. Here a timeline to show past perfect continuous tense. Here it started in the past and 20 minutes duration, and after that she entered. There is a just giving stress to that duration. I had been doing that. I had been cooking in the kitchen. Here, he was tired because he was exercising so hard. Here, past continuous tense. He was tired because he had been exercising so hard. Here, past perfect continuous tense. So, actually, there is when we are writing like this. He was exercising so hard. He was tired also. So, that moment, we are saying about that moment only. So, he was tired because he was exercising so hard means at that time, he was exercising so hard. At that moment. He was tired because he had been exercising so hard means he was exercising over a period of time. Okay. So, here emphasis is on the duration of that activity. He had been doing it over a period of time. Next example. When I entered the room, he was smoking. So, here past continuous tense. That means when I entered the room at that moment, he was smoking. But here, when I entered the room, he had been smoking. Here, I used past perfect continuous tense. The meaning is, he had been smoking over a period of time. It started in the past and continued over a period of time. So, that is the difference. It was raining when I left the hall. Here, past continuous tense. Look here the timeline. In the past, raining started. And when I left the hall, continuously it was raining. And at that moment also it was raining. At that moment also it was raining. So it shows the continuity of the action. Here, it had been raining when I left the hall. It had been raining. Past perfect continuous tense. Here, raining started in the past and it continued and it finished here. See, when I reached the hall, raining was not there. It started before some time in the past, it continued and after that it stopped. When I left the hall, it was not there. The raining was not there. When I left the hall, raining was. Actually, there is a rain stopped here. There should be a gap here. Then only had been. It had been. Not at that moment. So, that is the difference between past continuous and past perfect continuous tense. I think it's clear now. So, see you next week. Bye.